lot of things out of it.
Yep.
It's good.
Also, my friend
and also
investor for me, I get 20%, more than 20% annually.
It's great.
For the investor.
Cool. Okay. And Ziva?
Yes, I joined the business about a few months ago, and I'm working with expert in the industry. And I'd rather not to talk what I'm doing in the business. I have my website, but if anybody has any questions on what I'm doing, and if anybody wants to make some extra money on the side, I'd rather talk to you individually after the meeting.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. And you guys, obviously, after we're done, feel free to network, meet each other, talk. Lots of interesting people here. Okay, good. So this way I just know who I'm talking to. Because now I can say, okay, Ziva. Because you were sitting back there and I didn't know your name.
That's all right.
Oh no, not for me. I can't deal with not knowing somebody's name.
Okay. I put my name in the paper there too.
I didn't read it. Okay, great. Good. Okay, fine. So we talked about what backlinks are. Let me just go over 3 things why backlinks are actually so important. Backlinks do 3 things for your website in terms of search engines. Number 1 is they tell the search engines what your website is about. So again, and I'll show you how they do that in a second. If this person says, you know, again, IT consultant in Toronto, go here, well, the search engines know that this is about an IT consultant, right? Again, sales manager, sales consultant, they know that. Number 2 is they can generate traffic for your website. They can actually generate visitors because all of these websites, they're like little nets, right? Imagine a big fishing net, and they're like little points in the net. And the more points you have, the more people you can capture, right? And so if this is a popular website and they have a link to your website, well, you know, a good percentage of the people that visit this website usually might say, that's exactly, I need investment. That's what I need. You know, I need real estate investment. And so they'll see a link and they'll go, oh, okay, perfect. And so each one of these generates traffic for your site. That's good already, right? So that's 2. The third one is actually sometimes even more important in terms of backlinks. Because the more backlinks you have, imagine this like and this is, Sasha always tells me this, I like this analogy. Imagine that this is high school. Right? And so the search engines see this as high school mentality in terms of, we're throwing a popularity contest here. And who gets to be ranked number 1 in the search engines is the one that's most popular. Now, how do you get more popular? Well, you get more friends, or you get more votes if it's an actual contest. And so the person with more backlinks, usually, not always, depends on the quality, but usually will rank higher in Google. So it actually increases your search engine optimization ranking. The more backlinks your website has, the better you will rank. Does that make sense? And again, this is all based on authority, right? If you have a lot of backlinks pointing to your site, well then you must be an authority site. So let's continue. How do they know, if we go to the relevance issue, right? So how do the websites know, or how do the search engines know what my website is about? Let's say I'm in internet marketing, and I want to be, you know, in Toronto. Okay, fine. So how do they know that my website is about internet marketing in Toronto? I could write that all over my website, sure, but they got smart. Before you could do, has anyone heard of meta keywords? Meta tags? Yeah, they don't work too well anymore because people got, you know, sneaky. They said, oh, I know what I'll do. I'll fill my meta keywords with every single keyword under the sun. You know, 50, 100, 200 keywords. Not even related to my field sometimes, because this way I'll generate traffic. I'll rank for multiple keywords, and then hopefully some will filter out and I'll get sales. So the search engine had to stop that. They couldn't place as much value on what you say as a website owner, because so many were being sneaky about it. And so now they trust much more what other people say about your website. Does that make sense? Okay. So now how do we tell them what our website is about? Well, when we use backlinks, we have to use what does that say?
Anchor text.
Yeah, thank you, because no one else can read it. Anchor text, that's right. So anchor text is the keyword. So let's say we want to rank for IT consultant Toronto. That's our keyword. A keyword is basically what anyone would type into Google. So actually, if I turn this on, in something like IT consulting company, Toronto. That's a key word or a key phrase, exactly the same thing. So if I was actually to go into Google, so all of those are called keywords. Now, anchor text is the part of the link. So anchor text is the part of the keyword, or the part of the link that actually has your keyword in it. And actually, if you look through your notes there, because rather than me writing it out, can you turn to page 2 in your notes, and it's double-sided, so it's in the back of the first page. On page 2, at the bottom of page 2, there's anchor text. There's a little section called anchor text. Anchor text is part of the HTML code. Whenever you create a link pointing back to your website, on another website, or on another article directory, or whatever it may be, you have to leave a code to actually link back to your site. And again, I don't want to get too technical. If you have particular questions, you can ask me, but I think most people sort of already have their own website, so they sort of understand the HTML code to a certain degree, or they've heard about it. At the bottom there, you'll see this whole href, HTTP, all of this nonsense and gibberish. Well, that's HTML code, and that's the code actually that creates a link, or that creates a link to point. Down here you have your address, so http www.yoursite.com, that's your web address. Now your keyword, so let's say we're optimizing for SEO or for IT Consultant Toronto. That's the word, IT Consultant Toronto. That means that where it says here under title, your desired keyword text here, instead of that we would put in quotes, IT Consultant Toronto. So that's our key phrase, that's our keyword. This sentence, or this phrase, goes number 1, your desired keyword text here under title, number 2, under your anchor text here. Every time that you create a link to your website, and I don't know, okay, let me ask so far. Does everyone sort of get it? Can we raise our arms if we sort of get it? Perfect. Can we raise our arms if we sort of don't get it? Yeah! Okay, good. Perfect. Every time you create a backlink to your website, if possible, you want to create an anchor text backlink. Because the more anchor text backlinks that you have pointing to your website that says IT Consultant Toronto, just like we saw in the previous picture, the search engines will understand that this website is about IT Consultant Toronto, or IT Consulting Company Toronto. You don't want to use always the same one, but you want to use always something related to your field. If I was to write, puppies in Toronto, but my site's about IT Consulting in Toronto, the search engines, if I have enough links pointing to my site with puppies in Toronto, they would eventually think that my site's actually about puppies. Just because other people are saying, look, this is a site about puppies. And so that's how important offsite optimization is. This is how important links are to you. They can actually decide, to a certain degree, what the search engines see your website as, or what they see your website as about. So now, where can we use anchor text? Where can we actually create these links? Because that's the main thing about it. So